With those words, I have explained the position of Umkhonto we Sizwe Military Veterans Association. I've been rather long in this statement, but I believed, and MKMVA, the leadership of MKMVA believes, that it was critically important to explain the history, the genesis of this negative, exploitative, and factional battle that has been going on against President Zuma for now more than 20 years. What we see now with the intention to imprison President Zuma, and I must tell you, comrades, there is a warrant of arrest that had been issued, signed by the acting Chief Justice, Justice Sisi Kampepe. What we see now is the culmination of the injustice that has been committed against President Zuma over years. And from the side of Umkhonto we Sizwe Military Veterans Association, we say enough is enough. This now is where it is going to stop. We will not tolerate it to go on any further. Thank you, comrades. Comrade Program Director, I think we can give the opportunity to the other comrades who are here to just say a few words, also as an expression of their commitment and the way in which they've been present here for a long time to protect and support President Zuma. Thank you.
Siyabonga comrade Carl. No umuntu lana kumele ukuthi akube khona akuvezayo ukuthi as a nation and forces of a revolution ukuthi ibuyele esimweni indlela kuyiyona siyabona ukuthi uhamba kwenzakalani. Sina we have walked as a nation in the shadow of death, and we shall not fear death at all. We will resist, but we will see when we get there what's happening. We will see when we get there. Comrade ngizocela ukuthi akhulume manje na comrade commander uDlomo commander nke akasibekele amabili amathathu. Amandla amandla viva NCVFA viva SSP FIFA viva MKVA, the military wing of the NCVFA viva Women's League FIFA thinta imbokodo wathinta abafazi. Comrades nginibekele ngokukhulu kuyithoba imedia yasekhaya, leadership, ama comrades, volunteers, and my fellow soldiers. Comrades, I love South Africa. But in South Africa, even our judicial system is dead because it was operated earlier 1950s. When we take it back, that time it was still an apartheid regime time. That was Andran Flock, that was Big Porter, that was Magnus Malan, I can mention them all. Only to find we are still using the same method, the same system. That is worrying us. And when you go back to the isms now, when you go back to the parties, you can take, for instance, ANC, IFP, SACP, any PAC, any other party, only to find the system now is drived back to the roots. We all fight for the land now. There is no one ongasho ukuthi mina ngufuna umhlaba. Yabona? Ngoba if unomhlaba uyakwazi kuba nomuzi first, uyakwazi ukuthi umndeni wakho uphile ngisho ungasekho wena baba kumbe mama osumdala. Yabona? End of the day, we all want to feel or have the nice of the same fruits of our freedom. I'm talking about the freedom which you still never got. We're still fighting, comrades. As Umkhonto we Sizwe, military veteran member, I'm saying continue with fight, guys, because there's no other way back or turn back. Slambile. And I will say I'll talk more than I can think about. Let me take over to my other comrade to give them same. Amandla!
Sesicela ukuthi ucorporate Gwenya akasibekele naye amabili amathathu siza ukuthi le revolution siyithatha siyibeka kuphi ngoba kuyabheda ama comrades.
Amandla. Mina, I'll be very much short. As a member of the ANC, but I'm not speaking on behalf of ANC. I'm speaking as a person who supports Comrade Jacob Zuma, yes, President of the ANC, a long-serving member of the ANC, a respected person. I'm saying I'm supporting the MKVA, the statement of my comrade. We're not going to turn back. Let me tell you, I was very young in 1986. I know this thing. If South Africa don't want to listen, they will see what happened in Swaziland. If South Africa don't want to listen, each and everyone, arrest or without arrest, will fight. Amanda.
Comrades, besicela ukuthi la abahabeli bethu bemedia basilo basiphe imibuzo. Sizothatha ke ma comrades 5 questions at a time. Sizohamba according to numbers. Ngizocela ukuqala la ngithi 1, ngithi 2, ukhona omunye 3, 4. Okay. This way, ungaqala Nyamazana.
Mr. Niehaus, Linda Minister from News from Africa. I don't know if you're aware that saying that you're opposed and will not allow the former president to be arrested is, of course, defiant to the Constitution, the supreme law of this country. Number 2, you say that you will form a human shield. Preventing police from doing their work is a criminal offense. And I'd also like to ask about a similar incident that we saw. Perhaps your members may be able to clarify on that. A police van being turned away. Is that what you mean explicitly when you say you're going to stop the arrest?
Let's deal with every question and then I'll answer it because I think that's easier for everyone to follow. As far as I know, the police van that came here was on an ordinary patrol. The police clarified the situation and the members of MKMVA clarified it. I was surprised that the media tried to make something out of what was really not an incident, and not even an incident from the side of the South African Police Service. Let me emphasize again what I've said throughout this statement. Umkhonto Sizwe Military Veterans Association will act within the confines and the parameters of the law. There is nothing illegal about forming a human shield. There is nothing illegal about being present at the residence of President Zuma and to show support to President Zuma and to protect him. That has been going on for months now. If there was anything illegal about it, surely the state would have acted by now. But there's nothing illegal about it. There's also nothing illegal about any one of us, whether it is MKMVA or anyone who's present here or throughout the country, members of the ANC and concerned South African citizens, to use their right to freedom of speech and to express their fundamental opposition to President Zuma being arrested. I fought for that freedom of speech. These comrades who are with me fought for that freedom of speech. We know fellow comrades, fellow cadres, who laid their lives down for that freedom of speech. We will not simply sell it away. We will not be intimidated.
Yes.
I told you quite early on in my statement that MKMVA had written and sent press statements to the National Executive Committee of the ANC. We went on national television warning that if President Zuma is to be arrested, it is going to cause upheaval and instability in South Africa, not because we want it, not because that's what we are planning, but because we can see what the reaction will be to such an ill-judged action. So wait, I'm finishing now. No, this is not a debate. You will ask your question, I will answer. Then, if you want to do a follow-up question, you will ask me. I'm sorry that I have to teach you the craft of journalism. So let me conclude. We have warned that this situation will develop. Therefore, we cannot but say to our fellow members in the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress, who now, because the situation has developed, and because they now had to suspend an important National Executive Committee hearing, we cannot help but to say to them, in a comradely way, comrades, we wish you had listened. We had told you so. Yes. Sir, now can I please invite you to ask your follow-up question so that we can engage as a journalist and someone who the journalist is engaging with.
Mr. Niehaus, surely as a responsible leader, shouldn't you be inviting people to, or telling people rather, to stay at home, given the fact that we're facing a third wave, and allow the law to unfold, as you put it? You told us that you believe in following the law.
Are you finished with your question? Thanks. Please, I don't want... Can I have silence? And please, wait, hold. Comrades, no intimidation of any journalist. Please.
We will just allow us to leave. We thought this was a media briefing. If you don't have order and you don't want us here, we cannot have a situation where journalists ask a question and they are bullies here.
I have...
If you don't want us, let us...
Sir.
If
Sir.
you want us to walk away, let us walk away. Let's cut it now.
I think you've heard me.
Let's cut it now.
I have called... Can I speak?
Let's cut it, Mr. Niehaus. You cannot have people bullying journalists.
Silence.
Not like this.
Silence. I am asking all the journalists, please.
We won't allow. No. We are cutting. It's not going to happen. No. It's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. No. It's not going to happen. No.